my thinking, and I will say it was my thinking around, as we started looking for someone to work with on Arkansas Works ESI. So what I was thinking was the ESI program is aimed at working with small employers. And I didn't want our Medicaid to begin trying to work directly with small employers. I didn't think that would be terribly successful for small employers to be told call Medicaid and work with Medicaid. We would like to make that portion of Arkansas Works successful, and would like to figure out how to have an entity that we work with that can work with small employers. It seemed like it made sense to piggyback on an entity that was already there and was funded, and we wouldn't have to go hire full-time personnel around it or support a full contract. So our thinking in beginning discussions was that if we could work through with them, since what they do every day is work with small employers, for them to do this and us piggyback on them versus pay for the whole thing, that we would be being efficient.
And I understand, and I've had a lot of phone calls about all this since I asked the questions. The problem is Act 1500, the special language that even Representative Bell had included in many budgets, that never ever was any of the state taxpayer dollars from your department or any others to be used to support or prop up or be dependent upon by the exchange, which we said would run on its own with the fees that it collects and would never be spending any state taxpayer dollars to support it. So that's the problem. The problem also is that I do not intend for our state government to devolve to the same kind of tactics as the federal government. The fact is, our legislature is an oversight body, and we are to be consulted, especially when there's movement of dollars of amount that they put in that federal report. Frankly, even if it's $50, especially when Act 1500, the spirit of which we said never would use those taxpayer dollars, was the essence of how it even got passed and even brought into being the private option that we're discussing today. At another time, probably the oversight committee, I will finish getting into the numbers, because what I see on this report I'm looking at from last week is that the amount of dollars that it's going to cost AM to provide the service that is passing through to PCG actually is much less than the amount DHS is transferring to AM. I see here a number that it totals nearly $2.5 million. So I really wanted to make sure that I don't fail to bring this up when you're here and Arkansas Works is on the table, because I'm now very concerned. And I'm now very concerned not only about the fact that we were not consulted properly earlier this year, and I'm concerned also the fact that this does seem to violate the spirit of Act 1500 in which it was passed, which we were never ever going to put state taxpayer dollars into the exchange.
And I do hope you understand it was never my intention to violate the spirit of anything or not to be reaching out. We consulted throughout
You weren't here, Cindy. I mean,
Yeah.
that's number one, Director. You weren't here when Act 1500 was passed, so I don't hold you to a standard there on that. But now that you are here and your staff understands what was the intent, we need to make sure that we're honoring that. And this actually, in some ways, there's people that have concluded that they've used terminology that I won't use, that the money is perhaps going to a place being put to a different purpose than what you could do with it at DHS. And so again, the appearance, because they can enroll, they can use the money for things that you're prohibited from using the money for. And that's where the 50 million shocked several of us. Now that the money is reduced, we see this. I just want to make sure that members definitely know, Mr. Chairman, that these sorts of transfers and these issues, especially as it relates to the spirit of Act 1500, have to be remembered.
All right, Senator. And let me just say, I